everybody, my name is Leslie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I had some resolutions this year and posting DIY videos was one of them. Welcome to my first reeling series, Do It Yourself with Leslie, where I'll be showing how to do all these trendy styles, all these Pinterest board styles without breaking the bank, of course. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to sew this ruched bubu dress all by yourself.
You are going to be using a 2 to 3 yards fabric and an elastic band for the front. The yards of the fabric will depend on how big you want the dress to be. In this video, I used 2 yards of fabric. After dividing the fabric, fold the first piece into 2 for the front. The length should be as long as you want it to be. Mine was about 46 inches and the width was about 26 inches. For the V neckline, go in about 3 inches and make the depth about 8 inches. Connect them to make a V neckline. For the shoulder slope, you are going to be using about 26 inches. So from that edge of the shoulder slope, we are going to mark our armhole downwards. So I marked about 10 inches downwards from the edge of the shoulder slope. And from the shoulder slope, you mark about 2 inches to the front. Continue marking 2 inches downwards and draw a line through it. To create a curve for the underarm, this curve helps you bring ease into the shoulder so you can lift your arm without stress. So go ahead and cut out the V line and the curve. Moving on to the back, we'll go ahead and fold the other divided piece into 2, making sure that the width and the length is the same as the front piece. For the neckline of the back, the width will be 3 inches and the depth will be 1 inch. And we'll connect it with a curved line, making a round neckline. For the cutting of the underarm, I went ahead and laid front piece onto the back piece to serve as a guard for equal cutting. Now moving on to the sewing machine. First of all, open the folded fabric wide and join them by the shoulder by pinning them down and sewing it. Same applies to the underarm. I'm going to pin them down and sew it on the sewing machine. After sewing it and giving it a good press, this is how it's supposed to be looking like. Now moving on to the neck of the fabric, we are going to neaten the edges. By doing so, we are going to be folding the neckline about 1 inch inside all around the neck hole. Moving on to the armhole, we're also going to neaten the edges by folding the edges half an inch all around the armhole as well. Do the same process for the hem of the dress if your fabric frays. The hem of my dress was a self edge, so I didn't have to neaten it. After sewing it and giving it a good press, this is how it's supposed to be looking like. Moving on to the ruched effect in the front, go ahead and fold the front piece into 2 and iron it down to get a straight line. This is done to serve as a guard to be able to sew the elastic in a straight way. I had already done it, so as you can see, there's a sharp line in the middle of the dress. That's exactly where we are going to be sewing the elastic band on. For the elastic band, you're going to be using a band with about 36 inches. The elastic band must be shorter than the length of your dress to be able to give it that ruched effect. So go ahead and turn the dress onto the wrong side because that's where we are going to be attaching the elastic band. So for the sewing of the elastic band onto the dress, you have to use the technique of pulling the band as you sew in order to help give you a full ruched effect. And onto the snatch waist effect, you need to cut a strip of the fabric. You can choose to use the fabric you're using to sew the dress or another fabric. I had exhausted my fabric, that's why I was using another fabric to sew the strip. So how to cut a fabric on full should be about 2 inches and the length should be as long as you want it to be. My length was about 30 inches because I was just going to tie it on my waist and I didn't want it very long. You sew the edges of the strip and you turn it inside out to the right side. After turning it out and giving it a good press, this is supposed to be the outcome. So we'll go ahead and attach it onto the wrong side of the front. You're going to be needing your shoulder to waist and your waist measurement for this attachment. My shoulder to waist is 16 inches, so I came down by 16 inches. And from the middle of the dress, I divided my waist measurement into 4, which was 7. Mark 7 inches from the middle onto the dress. Turn it down from the inside, making sure that it doesn't touch the back of the dress. Now do same for the other side and that is it. Now this is how it's supposed to be looking like when you're done. Very simple, very classy. Let me know which dress you want me to do next. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you get notification anytime I post. Goodbye and see you in the next episode.